You know, as long as there's been theater, there have been those among us who have tried to push the very boundaries of the art. Sanford Meisner was one of those people. His method revolutionized the art of acting. Hello, and welcome to the man, the myth, the legend, Sanford Meisner. Being real, showing actual truth, getting frustrated, saying fuck a lot. These are all things we contribute to Sanford Meisner. But who is Sanford Meisner? How is genius like this created? Well, to find the answer to that, we must journey backwards in time, to the beginning.
Well, it's so great to sit down with you, Sandy. May I call you Sandy?
Of course, of course.
So let's go back to way back in time to your birth. Where are you from?
Oh, well, I grew up in Brooklyn. I was born 1905. I know I'm old. But my parents, they came from Hungary. You know, they'd moved over to the United States, escaped prosecution, the whole spiel, you know. I have two other siblings now, Ruth and little Bobby. When we were children, I had another brother. Jacob. He drank some unpasteurized milk and he got sick and he died. It's still something I have to deal with today.
So being the oldest of four siblings, what was it like growing up?
Well, it wasn't easy, I'll tell you. It was tough being the oldest because everyone looked up to you, you know. Ruth, he would come up, Bobby's hitting me, Sandy, do something. I don't know how many times I had to deal with that, but, you know, kids are kids, and, you know, when Pops isn't around all the time, you know, you do what you gotta do. But it was hard for me because after Jacob's death, I was very withdrawn. So I found comfort in the piano, and I started playing it, and I fell in love with it, and I decided this is what I want to do. So, my father paid for me to get into the Damrosch Institute of Music, which I guess now is referred to as Juilliard. Anyways, I decided that I was going to get really good at this, and I wanted to become a concert pianist. But, you know, one thing led to another, and the Depression happened, and well, my father had to, you know, stop paying, so I left the school. The only thing that could get me through every day, you know, schlepping these big bolts of cloth around, was just remembering the music. And I'd go through all the different classical pieces I'd performed and just played them in my head. And it was the only way I could cope, you know, day to day.
So how did the great Meisner get into theater?
I decided I wanted to pursue acting professionally after I graduated high school. It's fun, it's what I wanted to do, and I thought it was necessary. So, I was 19, and the Theater Guild was casting they knew what they wanted. And I got cast as an extra in there, and that's where I met Lee, Strasberg. So, I was working with Lee, and it was really good, except there was something missing. I didn't know what it was, but there was something just not right about what I was doing at the Theater Guild.
Young Meisner's time at the Theater Guild of Acting would be educational, but he yearned for more. But his life would change one day when he was invited to join the group theater by none other than Lee Strasberg himself, one of the century's leading acting theorists.
Now, the great Strasberg is quite the acting teacher. What was it like working under his work?
Oh boy, well, where to begin? Lee, well, let's just get to, let me back up a little bit. Lee asked me and 27 other people while we were at the Theater Guild, including Stella Adler, right? He asked us if we wanted to be part of this thing that he was putting together called group theater. I absolutely said yes. So I started working with him, and let me tell you, he's a brilliant man. He really is. But there's just something about him, about this whole method, that I couldn't help but challenge.
So, the Lee Strasberg. What did you think of Meisner?
Meisner. Meisner. Well, let me just start by saying he's a great guy. He's one of my best friends, you know. Great actor, great to work with. Just, he didn't really follow my method very well. I wouldn't say follow it, he didn't believe in it. He didn't truly grasp the concept of getting into your own emotions. He thought it was just ridiculous. Him and Adler, you know, they went off and did their own thing. It was great. You know, I'm glad they did that. They're great people. It's just, you know, what are you gonna do?
So I wanted to be challenged, and Lee challenged me, but I didn't get this whole effective memory nonsense. It didn't make sense to me. I tried wrapping my head around it, but there was more to it, and I knew if I kept trying to find it, and I worked with Lee, I knew I would find it.
Oh, so what made you want to branch out of his acting styles and start your own teaching?
Yes. Well, I did enjoy Lee's methods, but I needed to do something for me. For me and for everybody else, the whole acting community at large, because there was something Lee and everybody else just hadn't got, and I'd found it, and I needed to teach people. I really did. I needed to show them what I'd found.
So really, how is your acting method different from other teachers such as Strasberg, Adler, and Stanislavski?
So, in 1934, I think, doesn't matter, Stella comes back from Paris after she just worked with Stanislavski. She comes back with this whole new idea about, you know, intellectually thinking about the part and acting what you think, and this whole business I didn't understand. I mean, she would paraphrase things, which I hated.
Well, Mr. Meisner had a distaste for this idea of emotional memory, that acting is simply remembering something from your past. And so when I came back from meeting with Stanislavski, he was very, very sympathetic to what I was bringing forth. But unfortunately, he admired Strasberg so deeply. Strasberg had had such an influence on his life. And it was very heartbreaking for him to try so hard to convince Mr. Strasberg that it was imagination that was the way to learn to act. But unfortunately, to no avail. And so we soon began our work, and it was wonderful. We all had this exchange of ideas about acting, and there was this great creative energy that we were truly changing something in the theater. Now, we did have our differences. For instance, I have always believed, and Mr. Stanislavski believed, that it is most important for the actor to break down the ideas in the text which he is speaking in order that he may understand them and give that understanding back to the audience. And Mr. Meisner thought that this was all too intellectual. He couldn't understand the significance of the actor's mind to his work. It was all about emotion, where it hits you in your gut, which is valid. But I have always believed that the actor's mind is the most important thing.
Acting comes from the heart. It doesn't come from intellect. It doesn't make sense. And that's why I needed to get out, and I needed to teach people what I believed. So, I mean, some methods, yeah, sure, they work great for other people. I mean, but there's people like me, and for a lot of people, it's a hard thing. It really is.
Now, Sandy, if you don't mind me asking, what exactly is your method?
I took a little bit of everybody's method. I mean, I based it off of Stanislavski's method acting. I mean, I used that as a good foundation, okay? And then I kind of incorporated Lee's whole effective memory, okay? And then I added a little bit of Adler. I mean, you know, just a dash, I guess, of Adler. It's about living truthfully in imaginary circumstances. So this technique, the basis is to carry out an action truthfully on the stage. You need to let emotion and subtext build based on the truth of the action and on the other characters around you, rather than simply playing the action or playing an emotion.
I just move my leg. You just move your leg. I just move my leg. You just move your leg. I just move my leg. You just move your leg.
What does that tell you, Alicia? What does that tell you about her? What is she doing? How does that make you feel?
I'm upset with you. You're upset with me. I'm upset with you.
Are you really upset? What do you want to tell her, Tara? Tara, don't look at me! God! Two more.
That was cute. You're uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable.
Why'd you let her in, Tara?
Because...
Did she tell you to let her in?
Well, no, but it was
No.
nice.
It was nice. It was nice. Did you want to be nice?
Yes.
You did. So that was your impulse. Your impulse was to let her in? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Forget it. Next. Two more.
You're concentrating.
I'm concentrating.
You're concentrating.
I'm concentrating.
You're not good at that.
I am good at this.
You're not good at that.
I'm good at this.
You're not good at that.
I'm good at this.
You're not good at this.
You're messing me up.
I'm not messing you up.
You're messing me
I'm
up.
not messing you up.
You're messing me up.
I'm not messing you up.
You're not messing me up.
You can't figure out what to say.
I can't figure out what to say.
You can't figure out what to
I
say.
can't figure out what to say.
You can't figure out what to say.
You're annoying me.
I'm annoying you.
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 Yeah, you're annoying me.
I'm annoying you.
Yeah, you're annoying me.
I'm annoying you.
You're annoying me.
I'm annoying you.
You're annoying me.
You're ignoring me.
I'm ignoring you.
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 You're being rude.
I'm not being rude.
You're being
I'm
rude.
not being rude.
You're being rude.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
You fuck off.
Fuck off.
You're ruining my concentration.
I can't do what you just said.
You're ruining my concentration.
You're confusing me. You almost hit me in the face.
I almost hit you in the face.
You don't care.
I don't care.
You don't care.
I don't care.
You don't care.
I don't care.
You don't care.
What do you want to tell her, Tara?
She's being a bitch. You're being a bitch.
I'm not being a bitch.
You're being a bitch.
I'm not being a bitch.
You're being a bitch. You're frustrated.
I'm frustrated.
You're frustrated.
I'm frustrated.
You're frustrated.
I want you to go away.
You want me to go
I
away?
want you to go away.
You want me to go?
I want you to go away.
You're threatening me.
Yeah, I'm threatening you.
You're threatening
I'm
me.
threatening you.
You're threatening me.
threatening you.
Repeat.
You're threatening me.
Threatening you.
You're threatening me.
You are amused by this.
I'm not amused by this.
You're amused by this.
I'm not amused by this.
You're amused by this.
I'm not amused by this.
You're amused by
You messed up.
Yeah, I messed up.
You messed up.
I messed up.
You messed up.
I messed up.
You messed up.
I messed up.
You messed up. You look silly.
I know I look silly.
You look silly.
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 I look silly.
You look
You
silly.
sound stupid.
I don't sound
You
stupid.
sound stupid.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
You fuck off.
You fuck off.
Fuck off.
Okay, you're good. All right. Nice work. Nice work. Sit down. Sit down. Two more.
Meisner's method has garnered both praise and criticism from his peers. But despite the method's ups and downs, it is still being taught worldwide. Some of Meisner's students, such as Larry Silverberg, author of The Meisner Approach, continue to teach Meisner's technique. Sanford Meisner went on to become the head of the acting program at the neighborhood playhouse in New York after the unfortunate disbanding of the group theater. He then met his life partner, James Carville, and the two of them co-founded the Meisner-Carville School of Acting in 1983. Sadly, Sanford Meisner passed away on February 2nd, 1997 in Sherman Oaks, California. But as they say, the show must go on. His method still reaches the heart of aspiring actors today. And if there's one thing he's taught us, the truth in acting lies not in the script, not in the mind, but in the heart. Thank you, and good night.
Hit you in your gut.